well to keep it on. I'm just looking at Britton's position he's taken up, and if I was him, I'd be staying wide and trying to get in a one-against-one situation against a Kevin Nicholson. He's a happier manager. Even in these conditions, he knows that his team are playing very well. They're assured of themselves and playing with a lot more confidence than what they do normally at Plainmoor.
Forward by Ferrell, win in the air by Ellis. Russell Penn out to Martin Britton now. Good ball in from him, deep one, and Robertson wasn't sure. He had to put that behind for a corner.
That's right. That's because if Britton's gone out wide right, that's his strength. That's where he should be. Get the ball to his feet, ask him to deliver, and that's what he's done there. They asked him to deliver, he done it, and he's caused the problem, and he's earned his side of corner.
Fourth corner for Kidderminster. Torquay yet to have one in this game. All about the delivery here. Nervous moments in these conditions. Britton does deliver. Pope takes it.
Yeah, that was well taken. That was by Michael Pope. Had to take it, and he's done it well.
Wayne Carlisle. Sills. Mansell won it back. Almost fell to Desane. Keith Lowe, recent acquisition from Wolves. Quickly moved by Kidderminster, but too quickly on that occasion.
Just again, it's a way to pass, but we're seeing Martin Britton, who seems to have a little bit of a free roll. He's moving all over the park. I just wonder for a while if he just maybe just sit still, if not on the right-hand side and left-hand side, and just try and just get the ball into the box as often as possible.
Desane gave that straight to Penn. Had a look up, there wasn't enough on, so he brings Schmeichel into it now for Kidderminster. Got the cross in, Schmeichel, and again it's plucked out of the air by Michael Pope in the Torquay goal.
He had no right, Schmeichel, to go that distance. He was allowed to. Kevin Nicholson allowed him to get the ball into the box. In the end, it was a wonderful ball. It's just that neither of the forwards made a run across the front of the near post. That's why Michael Pope was so comfortable in taking that. I suppose he could not believe that no one had gone across his eye line.
Russell Penn again for Kidderminster. Back to Keith Lowe. His fourth appearance for the club in the right-back position. That's for Barnes Homer to chase. Woods waiting for it to go out of play. And the referee, I think, has given a goal kick at the end of all that.
I don't know if he's given a goal kick. I think he's taken the easy way out. No, he's given a foul. I cannot believe he has given a foul against Barnes Homer. Barnes Homer has done great, and if anyone's fouled him, it's Steve Woods. I think the referee has taken the easy way out there. It's definitely a foul. That should be to Kidderminster.
Rob Lewis in his fourth season as a Blue Square Premier referee, and also an assistant referee in the Premier League. That was towards Crichton. Carlisle. Lee Mansell. Desane on the spill, but Carlisle has made a good run as well here. Desane and Hodges in the penalty area. Hodges came towards the near post, though.
That's better, but from Torquay, at least they're getting a lot of width, especially Wayne Carlisle. He's causing problems at the moment for Lee Baker because he's pulling wide. Lee Baker doesn't really want to be pulling out wide with him. That's why he's getting the room now, Wayne Carlisle.
Britton. It's an open game.
Just lacked to the end there, but I have to say that's good work by Kevin Nicholson just to stay with him, force the error.
Crichton. Russell Penn hit the referee, unfortunately.
trying to be patient in their build-up. Kidderminster in the end, the referee stops the play.
Well, Wayne Carlisle has seen a lot of the ball for Torquay. Every time we turned up at Exeter last season, Parks, we couldn't understand why he wasn't starting. Paul Tisdale, of course, was vindicated in the end because they got promoted, but will he benefit more from starting more games for Torquay United?
I think without a doubt, Steve, every player does that.
Here's a chance. That's a very good tackle by Ellis. By Robertson, rather, who came across.
It was a good challenge in the end by Robertson. He had to make that challenge as well. People question about the first touch. I think he had to have the first touch. I don't think he could hit it first time. But I tell you what, that was good defending by Robertson. Had to keep his eye on the ball. Could not make a mistake in that area.
It's another Kidderminster corner. Plenty of bodies inside the penalty area. Barnes Homer was the one jumping at the near post. Farrell. Low with the shot, deflected all the way through for a corner.
Took a big deflection that did in the end from Keith Lowe. It was a good strike, really good strike. Fullback's just waiting around, he's hovering saying find me, found him, good strike, and it just took the deflection, it just took it wide. That's what you want when you're at home, you want your fullbacks in areas to score goals.
Britton's delivery again, it's an excellent one, as was Ellis's header.
Defended well, Torquay, so far from dead ball situations.
Bartlett out of his penalty area. The 22-year-old who signed for Kidderminster in the summer from Blythe Spartans, highly rated goalkeeper, already in the England C squad. Hussein. Knocked off by Jones. Free kick to Torquay.
Well, I think that was normally, I think you class that as a professional foul. It was done by the skill and the sheer pace of Hussein, just blocked his run. Surprised no one's been booked so far for the referee. Knew what he was doing, Jones. Had to make the block, otherwise Hussein was going to get the shot off.
Bartlett hasn't had a save to make as yet. He's organising his wall at near post at the moment. Hodges and Nicholson, the two left-footed players in the Torquay side, are behind this. Sills lurking at the back post if it isn't a direct effort on goal. Here comes Nicholson. Oh, there was no problem with the power. It was just the direction in the end.
I was about to say, Steve, I'd have been surprised if anyone else was going to take free kicks for Torquay with Kevin Nicholson on the park, and that was a good clean strike, and well, it was close, but not close enough for Torquay. Just looking at it, I just think it flashed across the goal.
Well, let's see what the Torquay United manager Paul Buckle thinks. He's with Rebecca.
Paul, first half an hour or so, are you the better side?
Yeah, I think we're playing well. We're an away team. I think we're being positive and attacking them, and it's a good game of football.
There's a lot of surface water out there. Does that worry you injury-wise and mistakes-wise?
Yeah, I think it's a night for getting the ball forward. No risk, you know, get the ball forward and ask questions of the opposition.
Thanks for...
Well, they are asking questions at the moment, no question about that.
Oh, they've asked a lot of questions. Roscoe Hussein has asked a lot. Wayne Carlisle on his side is asking a lot of Lee Baker.
Kevin Nicholson, who started every single Blue Square Premier game for Torquay United last season, hasn't done so far this season. Back in tonight with Hodges forward in midfield. Such a threat from his throws and that left foot.
He's got a competitor this season. He's got a battle to try and get his place back. I'm sure that's at the moment in time he's done really, really well. That's what you need. You need competition to really keep your players at a peak.
Nicholson.
Go on, Russ! Don't let him out! Stand up! Good boy! Hey.
Let's have another word with our special guest, Leroy Rossignol, tonight. Leroy, you talked about Torquay going forward earlier on. What have you made of them so far this evening?
I've been really impressed with them. They don't look like a team that's struggling. They play with a lot of confidence, and I think the only disappointing thing from Paul Buckle's view is that they haven't got the goal, because they do deserve that. And I'm just looking at Steve Woods' challenge on Barnes Homer there, which just changed the impetus of the game. Now, I thought it was a penalty, in all honesty, and it could have been a mistake that they would rue really later in the game. But Torquay have been the better side and very impressive.
And very quickly, Leroy, before this free kick, do they need to score first tonight, confidence-wise?
Absolutely. You know, when you're not getting results, you get the first goal that will give you a lift. How they react if they go a goal down, well, we just have to wait and see. But, you know, that first goal is something they deserve, and if they don't get it, I think it will be a real blow for them.
Thank you, Leroy. Leroy, of course, the man who led Torquay United into League One. 2 divisions lower now as they look to return to the Football League. They've got defending to do here. Britain's free kick was a good one, and it was very nearly a profitable one. Justin Richards denied by Michael Pope.
Well, I've talked about the quality of Martin Britton, but sometimes you have to give a pat on the back to the player to make those runs, and Justin Richards just done that. And I'll tell you what, Michael Pope has made a fantastic save there, given how the ball has approached him as well. He's been headed down, and he's done well to keep hold of it, keep it tight in his body as well.
We still say he could be the most important signing in the summer for Torquay United.
Oh, he could be. He's done well for him when he was on loan last season. That save just says he could be.
Britton again, he's got it in. Richards again. It's Schmeichel. Carlisle put him under pressure. Brian Schmeichel again. Has Baker in support. That's a decent delivery. Had to be made by Woods, and was.
Seems to have opened up the game a little bit. That save from Michael Pope has given Kidderminster a little bit of an impetus now, and they're starting to get the ball in the box a lot earlier.
Reminder of all the results this week from Tuesday night across the bottom of your screen, including Forest Green, who started the evening on top of the league, losing. Kettering, along with your remaining unbeaten, the only 2 sides not to suffer a defeat so far this season. Both managers out in those technical areas. Mark Yates thought he'd taken the lead there with that Richards header. That would have been harsh on Torquay, but that's just the way that their season's going at the moment.
That's exactly right, Steve. But I tell you what, if people put quality balls in the box and invite people to attack them, got Justin Richards, who just, well, he answered the questions, he went and attacked it. It's only the goalkeeper that stopped him, putting Kidderminster one up.
Crichton's header. Robertson for Torquay. Baker was fouled there. Rob Lewis, the referee, right on top of the action.
I don't know why Seals wasn't happy. I think he fell more than anything. It wasn't a tackle.
Farrell's delivery. A comfortable one for Pope on that occasion. There's 6 times he played for Torquay on loan last season, 5 clean sheets in that time. Yet to keep one in his 6 games so far this season. But it's intact so far tonight, courtesy of that save from Justin Richards. Nicholson, Hodges, promising for Torquay. Important block by Jones.
Yeah, that's a lovely little ball that was into Hodges from Nicholson. Everyone expected a cross.
The Saints, the pools of water in the channels over there.
It's definitely not an area of the park you try and play football.
Here's Carlisle. Lost his footing.
I've just seen in both areas of this defensive areas at this end of the park, our right, you just can't keep your feet in. There's a lot of water saturating that area.
Seven points from 9 from their 3 home games so far this season. Kidderminster, only 1 blemish really, the opening day 1-1 draw with the New Boys Lewis. Thumping 4-0 victory over Altrincham And that morale-boosting win over big spending Rushton. Well, the left-back Lee Baker didn't take any chances there.
I don't think you can as a defender. You can hear the goalkeeper when he's screaming and shouting. You have belief. Maybe Bartley didn't give Lee Baker enough confidence he was going to get there. And I think he made the right decision in the end.
Yeah, you always used to overrule Peter Schmeichel, didn't you?
Well, when people couldn't actually see me.
Brave man that used to do that. Long throw from Robertson. Sills looking for the flick. Now Hodges. Nicholson. Deeper one this time over Sills. Away by Baker. Back in by Robertson. Dealt with again by Kidderminster, but still not clear. Sills low and hard this time. Farrell it was who got that one away.
I tell you what we are seeing, when balls go into the either box, we're seeing some really good last-ditch defending from both sides. They're really clearing the ball well. Awkward ones into the box as well, given the situation that the pitch is really wet and they're struggling to keep their feet. I think defences have done really well in this first half.
5 minutes to half-time. Torquay United have only scored 1 goal in the first half of their last 12 games. It's an incredible statistic.
Certainly is for a side that scored 83 goals last season as well, Steve. It's a real surprise that they just can't seem to get that first goal. It makes such a difference to their confidence that they could score first as well.
Scored first last time out, of course. Thought they'd done enough for a 1-0 win until that Onomi Soji effort 2 minutes from time for York City. Denied them the 3 points. This is Barnes Homer. It's another save by Pope.
Certainly was, and again, Schmeichel there just played a little 1-2 it was with Barnes Homer. Barnes Homer couldn't do any more than what he done. Got it out of his feet early. Again, that's good goalkeeping, good positioning by Michael Polk.
Just to give you an idea there of the goal attempts.
Well, it's been quite a lot, and given it's just the fact that nothing's gone in, and at the moment, Torquay are just slightly edging it. For me, just in the final third, they're getting more delivery into the box. It's a soft free kick the referee's given to Torquay. Sills went down a little bit easy. Just see it's just Jones going across, and it's just a shoulder to shoulder. Something typical of the British game, and it's been taken away. The referee's not allowing shoulder to shoulder challenges. I think it's poor.
Luke Jones even being spoken to by the referee. Captain, of course, has to come across in the current respect climate.
Referee there, but he's wishing he never actually called it, having those 2 big men around him. I'm sure Mark Crichton might use his shoulder if he has to.
But what it does do is give Torquay a free kick opportunity here. Robertson and Ellis are both forward. Didn't get past the front post. It came off the Seine last.
He's got a cross in near post. I'm just surprised that Kevin Nicholson never took the free kick. Lee Hodges took it. Sometimes in that area, we all know how good Kevin Nicholson can be in those areas when he gets in a dead ball situation.
Solid header from Ellis, flick from Sills. And a header from Baker for Kidderminster. Torquay United haven't kept the clean sheet in their last 11 games. Kidderminster only have 1 in their last 13 games, so we are due to see goals somewhere along the line tonight, particularly in these conditions, perhaps. Carlisle. Nicholson. Cleared by Farrell. Now Britton. Good run from Martin Britton. Good ball! Very good goal! Matthew Barnes Homer finishes off an excellent move for Kidderminster, and in doing so gives them the lead on the stroke of half-time.
Well, Mark Yates might not be happy with the performance so far, but he'll be happy maybe just to go in at half-time 1-0 up, and it was all about Martin Britton just having the desire to make that run from the halfway line. He keeps going. Lee Mansell slides in when he could have stayed on his feet. The ball comes around the back of defence. Not a thing Michael Pope could do about it this time. Robertson was just closing in, but it wasn't close enough to stop the ball going into the back of the net. Wonderful football. Cannot do anything about that.
He might well give that the thumbs up. It's the third goal of the season for Matthew Barnes-Homer. 7 in 20 starts last season. 3 in 5 starts so far this season.
He's certainly scoring goals, but if I was Mark Yates getting a half-time, I would say to Martin Britton, please stay wide for me. You add something to our game. Stay wide and use your strength, which is that ability to cross the ball.
But as far as Torquay United are concerned, it really does explain their season. On top, half chances and concede on 44 minutes.
Certainly does, Stephen. They don't deserve that to happen to them.
Let's see if they can reply here. Sills was jumping. Just a 1 minute time to add on at the end of the first half. That is a tough one for Paul Buckle to swallow.
Yeah, but when he goes in at half-time, he's just got to tell them how well they've done. They don't deserve to be behind. There's definitely got more goals in this game. But just add a little bit extra up front, maybe the extra person pushing on to really try and pin the ball down in the box. They can get themselves back into it, Torquay. Maybe just might have to bring Matt Green on a little bit earlier, add a little bit more pace up front.
Inside stoppage time there, and that's behind Carlisle. Kidderminster have kept up their record of scoring in every Blue Square Premier game so far this season. And that is their 13th goal of the season, and it's the goal that separates the two sides at half-time, courtesy of Matthew Barnes-Homer. In his second season at Kidderminster, his third of the campaign, just a minute before the break. Beautifully worked goal. And it was a little hard on Torquay, who'd had much the better of it before then. But that's the way their season is going at the moment. It was all celebration for Kidderminster. More frustration for Torquay United. Plenty of talking to do at half-time. Mark Yates, the happier man, at 1-0. Welcome back. It's a happy dressing room at Kidderminster. They're 1-0 up against Torquay United with a goal on the stroke of half-time. Let me point you in the way of the UFC on Setanta. It's the 88 Breakthrough, Saturday night, 3 AM, here on Setanta Sports 1. It's Kidderminster who've got the breakthrough here at Agbra tonight. Paul Buckle's side had the majority of play in the rain, but then they succumbed to a sucker punch with a brilliantly worked goal right on the stroke of half-time. Matthew Barnes-Homer is the reason that Kidderminster Harriers have the half-time lead. Leroy Rossini, the former Torquay United manager, is watching with us tonight. We talked throughout the half about Torquay having the possession and the need for them to score first. Now they're down.
Yes, they are down, and they had a warning before that. Barnes-Homer had a shot saved by Michael Poke, and the one thing that Torquay have done, although they've dominated play, they haven't tested Adam Bartlett in the Kidderminster goal. But Kidderminster, when they've got forward, they've hit the target, and Adam Bartlett and Barnes-Homer did that fantastic. What a great ball it was from Britain for the goal.
I was going to say, you have to say it was a beautifully worked goal when it arrived, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic goal. I mean, he's done very well here. Look, he's still got a lot to do. Justin Richards holds the ball up, puts him in. Paul was right here. Paul Parker said that Lee Mansell should stay on his feet. He doesn't, but that is an undefendable cross. It's a fantastic cross.
If David Beckham knocks that in for England on Saturday, you're raving about it, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's defender's worst nightmare. It's right in the danger area. The keeper can't come, and Barnes-Homer has the simple task of just putting it in the net, getting a good contact. He does that, and Kidderminster are 1-0 up. And Torquay will be kicking themselves because they have had chances, but they've not hit the target. Kidderminster, when they've gone forward, when they've got in and around the box, have looked the more dangerous.
And as you say, they had a warning. Justin Richards, 4 goals so far this season, could have earlier scored.
Yeah, this is poor marking, you know, bad defending. No, they're nowhere near. And to be fair to Justin Richards, he does everything well. It's all about the delivery's great. He heads it down. And Michael Pope does very well to read where it's going on a difficult surface as well. You know,
what do you say now, Leroy, if you're Paul Buckle?
Keep doing what you're doing, you know, keep playing, keep getting the ball in the box, keep hitting your shots, but when you shoot, just make sure you hit the target. On the occasion, you know, Mark Ellis has had one, he's tried to blast it. I think Desane had a chance where he's not taken the opportunity to shoot. Carlisle had a chance, he's not at the target. On this sort of surface, you've got to make sure you test the keeper, because not only will he make mistakes, there'll be secondary chances for other people as well.
OK, Leroy, big 45 minutes ahead then for Torquay United. Now we've reached the point in the show where at half-time, of course, we have the Blue Chip Challenge. Now my co-presenter, Rebecca Lowe, was a little perturbed that I'd started the season by doing it. So earlier on today in the sunshine, she had a go, complete in her Crystal Palace top. And I tell you what, she did very, very well as well. And went very close on numerous occasions until finally getting the ball inside the blue square, much to the delight of the delightful Rebecca, coached by Leroy Rossignol as well. Rebecca is off and running with 1, which is more than the Cambridge United representative got, Rebecca, as well. And I think Kelly Smith, the England ladies footballer, will be not sleeping too well tonight.
Very proud, I think she'll be of me, Steve, doing it for the ladies. Exactly, and I'm not bottom of the table, and that's actually all I cared about, to be honest. Anyway, who's going to do it today? Paul Davis, the ex-Kidderminster striker, who has scored a lot of goals, over 300 goals for Kidderminster, and all-time top scorer in the conference. Paul, 1 minute for 20 balls, as many as you can do, starting now. As I said, 307 goals in 656 appearances Paul scored here at Kidderminster, his hometown club. He hasn't got any in yet, but I didn't get any in yet, right until the end, and I got my last one in. So he's taking his time. They're not actually reaching at the moment. He got a good reception from the fans, though, when they announced he'd be doing the half-time challenge. As I said, he played here in the 80s and 90s. For 15 years he played at Kidderminster. He's given up on his considered approach. He told me he was going to try and chip them. Oh, that was a close one. 30 seconds to go. He's still not got one in. Is that one going in? Oh, that's 3. He's now got close. He's going to try and get all 20, I think, as well. He was voted the cult hero here at Kidderminster, but I think they'll love him. Whatever happens to that one going in, that one's gone in. He's level on par with me, which is an achievement in itself. Can he beat me? No one's going to beat Steve, who, as we all know, is top of the table, still with 7. And 2, I think, just in time. We're going to give him 2. Steve, as always, you're still top of the table.
Well, I've set the pace, haven't I, with 7, but well done indeed, and well done for Rebecca for getting 1 as well. Well, we're going back to the action in a minute. Kidderminster getting their final instructions. They are 1-0 in front of Torquay. It's a big 45 minutes for them. You'll see the second half live next. Kidderminster beat Rushden last time out. A few moments ago, a big huddle as they lead Torquay United 1-0 at half-time here at Agborough. Then the internationals take over, of course. Only place to be. Scotland kick us off in Macedonia on 1 on Saturday. That's followed by Northern Ireland in Slovakia from 4. And then England against Andorra, the only place you will see it, 6:30 on 1 on Setanta Sports. Torquay United are 1 down in all yellow away here at Kidderminster. Just 1 win in their 6 games so far. 3 defeats. They will get us underway in this second half. The rain, I'm delighted to say, have subsided, but the conditions still far from agreeable underfoot. It's Kidderminster who have the lead, courtesy of Matthew Barnes-Homer. Straight away, Torquay have a free kick. We'll see if his words at half-time will have any effect.
That's right, I think he'll give it 10 minutes or so, and then he'll just might make changes just to try and liven it up, just to kind of maybe just add a little bit of pace up front, maybe just trying to affect this Kidderminster defence.
Nicholson's delivery, seals his header. First time we've really seen last year's top scorer.
That's right, it's the first time we've really seen him win a header in the box for quite a while. Again, it was the delivery of Kevin Nicholson. They need to get the ball in the box as often as possible. And there it is, Kevin Nicholson's delivery. It's all about Seals just really wanted to try to win it, and he won it, but he just couldn't direct it away from Bartlett. Bartlett was in a good position, made it look easy.
Tim Seals got 22 goals last season, one of them here at Agbra, in that 5-2 win a year ago. Nicholson. Under pressure from Barnes-Homer. Now Richards. Well, the Kidderminster players and supporters frustrated by that decision.
I'm going to go with the referee this time. Richards pulled back. He just pulls back Hargreaves as Hargreaves comes away with it. That's what the referee's giving it for, is a definite foul.
Nicholson towards Sills.
Just got to use his body more, Seals. Got to try and get hold of it, not always look to flick it on, just trying to keep the ball in the area of the park for Torquay.
Matthew Barnes-Homer has Britton in support. Schmeichel goes back to Ferrell. Barker. Over Richards. Comfortable in the end for Nicholson. Mark Yates, I think, perhaps would like to see a few more players in the penalty area there. Hodges for Torquay. Nowhere near the same, though.
Just staying up there on his own. They don't want to get strung out, Torquay. They've got to make their mind up with the way they set themselves up. They can't just leave Desane on his own. Back four have got to squeeze up a little bit higher, be braver at the back.
There'll be no clean sheet in 12 games now for Torquay United, stretching back to last season.
Didn't need that Michael Pope. He done really well in the first half. Don't want to take him away from the way the goal was made in the finish. It was quality.
Penn, who was prepared to have a go from distance, blocked by Hargreaves. Desane. Carlisle for Torquay. To make sure with your back passes now with the rain we've had tonight.
That's what Luke Jones done.
Here's Penn. Nice touch from Britton, wants it back. It'll be too strong for him though. Britton felt he was held back by Nicholson.
Yeah, I just think Kevin Nicholson used his experience here. Just blocked the run of Martin Britton as he tried to play his 1-2. As the ball's left his foot, Nicholson just blocked his run.
Woods cleared in the end by Ellis. Now Roscoe Desane. Penn. Useful. Still Penn. Such a danger when he's running at defences like that.
Oh, he certainly is. Paul Buckle was talking about his late runs into the box. This time he done it with his feet. Had a lovely little 1-2 and he's going. Steve Woods goes down really early, but he's fortunate, really fortunate that Russell Penn hit the ball straight at him. Could have gone on the inside of him.
Britton's delivery again. Wasn't far away from Crichton. Tim Seals did his job defensively. Back to Britton. Another very good ball in. Robertson at the back post had to defend that.
We just know Kevin Nicholson has to get closer to this man. Martin Britton, what a wonderful ball that is. That's again looking for someone on the back of the 6-yard box to attack it.
Ferrell preparing to take this. Again, Seals does his job defensively.
Oh, he's done it all evening, his job defensively. They just need him to do it up front. He's got to start judging when to try and flick it on and when to keep hold of it. That's what he's not doing at the moment. He's getting decisions all wrong up front.
Well, let's see how that Kidderminster goal changed the odds. Blue Squares' Alan Alga with Rebecca.
Alan, what are the updated odds now in the second half with Torquay 1-0 down?
Kidderminster, the 2-5 favourites, got the draw at 11-4. Torquay out to 13-2. There is a glimmer of hope for them because out of their last 12 games, they've only scored 9 goals, but 8 of those have been in the second half.
And if it stays this way, how will it affect their championship odds?
Well, their championship odds, they were 6-1 second favourites with Blue Square at the start of the season. They're out to 16-1 before this game. If they lose here, they're going to be up above 20-1.
Right, thanks, Alan.
So Barnes home away, Alan was talking their way. If they lose this game, they'll go past 20-1 for the championship. 39 games to go.
It's a bit early to be talking about it at the moment, but doing quite well at the moment, Kidderminster, and especially Barnes Homer. I'm just seeing the way they're defending at the moment, Kidderminster. Desane is up against 3 players. Keith Lowe's pushing on. That's allowing Martin Britton on this side to push on even further onto Kevin Nicholson. So they just need to sort it out, They need to push an extra man on.
Kidderminster themselves looking to push on from last season, where they had to sell a couple of their best players, most notably James Constable. They finished 14 points off the playoffs in the end, in 13th position in the Blue Square Premier. Deep one from Nicholson. Carlisle couldn't do anything with it. Brian Schmeichel for Kidderminster. Richards lost his footing. Mansell's ball forward, the flag stayed down, the goalkeeper's backpedaling. It's Hodges, there's only Desane to aim for. Here is Desane.
Well, that wasn't bad play by Torquay. In the end, Bartlett's thinking a little bit fortunate. The ball comes straight at him. If the ball had gone on to Desane, it would have been offside, but Hodges wasn't. He come late. Desane's done well to come across the front. Got no pace in it, and he went straight at Bartlett. But that's better from Torquay.
Just want a goal from somewhere. After tonight, 3 of their next 5 games are away from home. Away games at Cambridge, Forest Green and Wrexham. To follow tonight, home games against Northwich, Victoria and Eastbourne Borough.
It's not easy. I don't think any game's easy in this league at the moment, what we're seeing so far, Steve. Very competitive from top to bottom. One thing about Kidderminster, they're very inconsistent. Only 3 times last season did they get back-to-back wins, and that's what Mark talked about. They just never had no consistency in their play. Couldn't get that winning feeling and let it just be there for long enough to really put pressure on the top.
Crichton's header. Richards trying to bring Schmeichel into play. He was trying to repay the favour. Cleared by Woods in the end for Torquay. Ball just dies on the surface water.
Again, there's not a lot that Kevin Nicholson could really do except just clear his lines. But again, we've seen Roscoe Desane, and there was a flat line of 4 Kidderminster defenders all around him. They need to gamble a little bit more than what they are, Torquay. Yes, they're losing 1-0, but they don't want to concede any more. I'm sure they can push an extra man forward. Tim Seals has got to get closer to Desane.
Jones, the summer acquisition from Shrewsbury. Picked on by Lowe, their recent signing from Wolves. Now Britton, the former Newcastle player. Played in the first team as well. Penn. That was very nearly into the feet of Justin Richards. Playing with some confidence now, Kidderminster, after that goal.
They certainly are, but I'm sure Mark Yates would like that second one.
Sills. Looking for Carlisle. Didn't find him, though. Comes to Hargreaves. Robertson. Looking for Sills. Header back across. Forward by Britton. Barnes Homer couldn't keep it in.
What a shame that was. That was a lovely weighted pass that was by Martin Britton. Barnes Homer made it look even better by making that run, but just didn't take the touch early enough to really appreciate the pass of Martin Britton.